On this episode, we'll talk about energy drinks after your sleeve. We'll also talk about if it's safe if the hospital that you're looking into wants to send you home the same day of surgery. And we'll also talk about if you can damage your sleeve by drinking too much. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Alvarez with Endobariatric.com. Welcome to episode 256 of the Ask Dr. A show. Thanks so much for sending me your questions, really good questions by the way. And you are more than welcome to send me your questions. I'll add them to the list. I'll be here to answer them for you. There's one way to do so. If you're using the comments down below, just big favor, use the hashtag AskDrA. That way we can get to those questions or throughout social media. And invite you to hit that subscribe button down there. If you're interested in this type of content, weight loss surgery, gastric sleeve, weight loss, smash that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. Let's get into the show. All right, so our first question is, I want to know if it's safe to drink or use energy drinks after my gastric sleeve. And the short answer is you should avoid them, all right? Caffeine, which is pretty much the main ingredient in these drinks, is a substance that will promote or can cause dehydration very quickly in patients that have had weight loss surgery. Also, caffeine, the excess of caffeine in patients can affect your anxiety levels. It can affect your way or your quality of sleep. I don't recommend them. Now, can you take them? You can. It's just not recommended for bariatric patients. Also, these beverages just came to mind, the carbonation, and we've talked about carbonation before. Carbonation in these beverages, or any type of beverage, it could be a soft drink. Carbonation can irritate your sleeve, it can cause discomfort, it can cause gastritis, which is another reason you should avoid it. Okay, a second question is a really good, interesting question because some hospitals want to cut on expenses, on costs, and they want to send patients home the same day of surgery. And this patient is asking that, is it safe? The hospital she is looking into, they want to send this patient home the same day of surgery. Is it safe? So it will depend on your specific case, how your surgery went, if you're good, if you're stable. But what we've seen is patients have a very rough time if they're sent home the same day. Let me tell you why. In our scenario, in our hospital setting, we keep patients here for that night completely. Then we discharge the next day and we move them over to our hotel floor. We have a hotel in our same building and we still keep doing rounds. I still keep checking on them and just to make the patient feel very comfortable. We have them scheduled with nausea medication, pain medication, anti-inflammatories, and so on and so forth. So the perfect recipe, the doses, the medications, the order of the medications, the amount, patients do really well. We've got that down to the T. We've been doing this for close to 20 years. So if you want to change this recipe and say, well, I want to save myself some bucks so I can offer the surgery cheaper, talking about a surgery center, and keep patients in the US scenario, try to avoid them to go to Mexico and cut down on expenses, we'll do the surgery and then send them home after 4 hours. It's going to be very rough. So they're going to be sending you home to go puke at home, all right? Have a very rough night. But if it's safe, will you survive? Well, I think you will if the hospital determines that at the time of discharge you are stable and good to go home. It will depend on each case, on each hospital setting or outpatient clinic. That's something we don't abide, we don't go with. We are not an outpatient clinic. We are a complete hospital setting. The whole hospital is designed around this procedure. But then again, going back to your question, if you want to save yourself some money, you will have very high probability that you're going to have a pretty rough time on your recovery. Third question is, I want to know if I can damage my sleeve if I drink too much fluids. And the answer is no. The sleeve is not designed to hold your fluids because otherwise we would be receiving patients all day long in the emergency department by dehydration. We cannot restrict the amount of fluids. It is completely safe to drink as much fluids as you want. You might feel a little uncomfortable sensation maybe the first few months after your surgery. If you gulp. If you drink too much fluids at a sitting, space it out the first few months. After that, your sleep will adapt to the amount of fluids you intake or to the amount or the way you drink. But the sleep will not be damaged. It will not burst. It will not pop. Nothing will happen to your stomach. All right, so there you have it. That is it for episode 256. Send me your questions. I need your questions. One way to do so is use the hashtag AskDrA. Did you like these questions? I really enjoyed them. If you did, or if you found the information useful, if you can give it a like here, I greatly appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. And maybe, again, consider subscribing. I'm Dr. Alvarez with Endobariatric.com. We are changing lives one sleeve at a time. Take care and God bless.